So today our assignment is going to be 10 questions on Alex. 5 will be finding the missing angle and 5 will be finding the missing side. The finding the missing sides are super important, especially for when we get to next chapter, because you're going to be finding the area of triangles and the area of polygons and quadrilaterals. And you are going to have to find the missing side before you can plug numbers into your area formulas. So you will be using your 45-45, your Pythagorean triples, your 30-60-90, and your trigonometry to find those missing sides. So again, super important. On Alex, so you'll log in. If you don't remember your login, you'll need to email me and I'll get that to you as soon as possible. And then you'll log in, you'll go to assignments or assign to me. Yours probably looks a little different than me because I'm in teacher mode, but so go to assignments. You should not have to do the knowledge check. You're gonna do this solving trig assignment here. Okay, so click on that and you'll have your 10 questions. Now I've put my 10 questions over onto a smart page so that I can write on it. So this is what question 1 through 5 will look like this, where you're trying to find the angle. All right, so hopefully you have your steps listed somewhere, right? So step 1, you circle the angle. So step 1, circle the angle. Notice they actually already have like a little kind of mark in the corner. That's kind of them circling the angle. Now we label the sides. So across from the 90 is my hypotenuse. Okay, and next to the x is the adjacent. All right. So my next step is to decide which trig function to use. Right, so I write SOHCAHTOA, or I have it on a Post-it note sitting next to me so I can kind of glance at it and decide which one am I going to use. All right, so I've got the A and the H, so that means I'm going to use cosine. So I write down cosine, and then the angle, so x, and then the A comes first, so my 14 will go first, and then the H comes second, so my 21 will go second. Okay? Now once you're at this spot, then that's when you need to find x. So we need to get x all by itself. So remember how we did that was, we're not going to divide by cosine. We're going to do the inverse cosine. So it's got this little -1 thing on it. And so we do that to both sides. So I come over here and do it to this side too. All right. And then what happens is this inverse cosine and this normal cosine cross out. So then the x is all by itself. You got the x all by itself. All right. And then this is what we type in on our calculator. So inverse cosine of 14 over 21. Okay. Again, if you don't have your calculator figured out, we gotta get that figured out. So if you don't have a physical one, we gotta figure out what is gonna work for you best on your computer or your Chromebook or your tablet or whatever you're using. So I type in on mine, I want the inverse cosine. So not just the normal cosine button here, we hit the second and then the cosine button, and then my 14 over 21, or 14 divided by 21, I should say. Okay, so I get 48.189, and the direction set around to the nearest tenth. So it's going to be 48.2 degrees. Okay. All right. If I was using my cell phone, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are using your cell phone for your calculator, you would type in the 14 divided by 21 first. So you, on your cell phone, you type in 14 divided by 21 and hit equals, and you get a decimal, 0.666. Then your calculator needs to be turned on its side. So it's laying flat, because then you should get a whole bunch more buttons, okay? And then you find the second button, and then hit that second button, and then your cosine with the little -1. And it should give us that same answer as we had here, which was 48.19. Come on, pen. All right, 48.19. So then that 9 rounded the 1 up to a 2. Okay? All right, let's try another one here. So another finding the angle. Okay, so on this one, I circle the angle. I label the sides. So across from the 90 is my hypotenuse. Okay, the 3 is all the way across the triangle. So that's going to be my O, my opposite. Okay, now I decide which trig function to use. And so is the one that uses the O and the H. So that means when I write my trig function, I'm going to write an S. So it'll be sine, and then my angle. And then the O is first, right? So I write the 3 first. And then my hypotenuse is second. So I write the 7 second. And now this is where we then type in on our calculator. All right, so it'll be inverse sine. So those cancel. So the x will be all by itself. So we'll do inverse sine and then 3 divided by 7 on our calculator. All right. Okay. So if you're doing it on your cell phone, you type the 3 divided by 7 first. Okay, and then the second button, and then the sign with the little -1. Okay, it's called the inverse. If you have a calculator, we do second sine so that it gets up that little -1, and then just 3 divided by 7. Okay, so 25.37. So if we're rounding to the nearest tenth, right, I look at that 7, since it's bigger than 5, it'll make that 3 round up to a 4. So it'll be 25.4 degrees. Okay, so that's finding the angles. All right, you do the inverse sine or the inverse cosine or the inverse tangent. Okay, make sure you're also checking out the Module 9 notes. I have that on there. Use all the things that you can. Okay, all right. Finding the missing side. So if I wanted to find the area of this triangle, I would need to find the base and the height. So in this case, we're going to find the height first. So I'm circling the angle. The 5 will be the hypotenuse because it's across from the 90. Okay, and then the 66, the x, sorry, is across or opposite the 66. Okay, so again, I've got the O and the H, so that means I'm using so again. So we're using sine. So it's sine. Now on this one, I know the angle. So I'm not going to write x, I'm going to write 66. I know the angle. All right, and then I need the O first. So the x will go first. Right, and then the H comes second. So the 5 comes second. All right, and now our goal is to find out what x is. So that means we want to get the x alone. So remember, I make it a proportion. So I just put this guy over 1. Okay, and then we cross multiply. So 1 times x is x. Sine 66 times 5. And remember, we just need to be careful with our calculator. Put parentheses around those before we hit the times 5. Okay, if you're doing this on your cell phone, you would type the 66 first. Whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to move it. You would type the 66 first, and then the sign button, and then hit times 5. Okay, on mine, I'm going to do the sign 66. Close the parentheses, and then the times 5. So try it on your cell phone. If you don't get what I have right there, then you've typed it in wrong. So you want to type the 66 first, then your normal sign button, not the inverse sign button, your normal sign button. Okay, and then you're going to hit equals, and then you'll hit times 5. So you should get 4.56, which again, if we round to the nearest tenth, because that 6 is bigger than 5, we're going to round that guy up. So it'll be 4.6. So that's how long that side is. So over here, we would put a 4.6 here. Okay. All right. All right, so on this one, I'm going to go a little bit faster here. The x would be the adjacent side. So I've got the a and the h, so that means that I am going to use cosine. So because cosine is ca, it uses the a and the h. So it'll be cosine 28 equals x over 9, a, then the h. Then I make it over 1. I cross multiply. 1 times x is x. And then 9 times cosine 28, or cosine 28 times 9. Okay? All right, oops. So cosine 28, if you're doing it on your cell phone, you're typing the 28 first, then the cosine button, normal cosine button, hit equals, and I can do that here too. So cosine of 28, you should get this 0.88, and then we need to times it by 9. So times it by 9. So I should get 7.94. So because it's 7.94, this 4 is less than 5, so the 9 will stay a 9. So it's just 7.9. Okay? All right, last type of question is when we set up the trig function. Okay? Let's do this one down here in the bottom. So circle the angle, label the sides. I got the O and the H, so I'm using O and the H. So that means I'm going to write sine in 24. And then the O comes first, right? The O is first in my little so mnemonic. So the 4 will come first, and the hypotenuse comes second. So see how this is different? This is different in that the x is in the bottom versus the x is in the top. We still solve it the same way. We still make it a proportion. Okay, we still cross multiply. So now this time, 1 times 4 is 4, and sine 24 times x. Okay? So in order to find out what x is, we need to get the x by itself. So our last step here would be to divide. Divide by sine 24. And so this is what I'm going to type in on my calculator. 4 divided by sine 24. And that'll be what my x is. So again, if you're using your cell phone, you would need to type the 24 first, then your sine button. So I could do it here with you. So on mine, I do the sine first, and then the 24. Hit equals. So this is what we got. Now we want to take 4 and divide it by that. Okay, so 4 divided by this number. So on your cell phone, you're going to have to write it down. I would definitely write it all down. On my calculator, I can just go up and highlight it and hit equals. Okay. Or on my calculator, I could also just typed it in all at once. 4 divided by sine 24. If you have your cell phone, though, you're going to have to do it a little bit different. So practice, please, so you know how to do it. So 9.83. And if I round to the nearest tenth, the 3 is smaller than 5. So that means we just leave it 9.8. Okay? All right, so I hope that doing a few more examples was helpful for you. Please, please, please come and get help if you need help. All right, I am here to help you. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.